Greetings and salutations, and welcome to another Tag Team Thursday. And I just want to take a minute and thank Rod, Just Rican and His Comics, John, the Professor, John's Comics with Kids, starting out with his news of community news, and also Tony Oldwolf with the train wreck for starting us off. And after me, we have Brandon Comics Kings and Justin No Good Comics closing it out. So make sure to like and subscribe, everybody. And let's get on with my poll list. DC Comics, Catwoman number 31, Jenny Friesen on the B variant, Poison Ivy on it. It's a hot cover. Love it. Gonna pick it up. Jenny Friesen, hot streak with her covers lately. We have Justice League number 61, Kale Ingu B cover. It's one of the better ones. It focuses on... oh god, I just blanked on the name. Naomi. If anything, if you're not liking the Bendis run, the Justice League Dark backup stories have been great. So there's that. Nightwing number 80, Jamal Campbell's B cover. Insanely good. Don't sleep on Jamal Campbell. Just insane artist. And Nightwing's actually been pretty good. So there's that too. Superman Red and Blue number 3. I've actually kind of been liking this anthology. The covers continue to be trash on this, though. I'm going to pick up the Derek Chew C cover because, well, I collect his stuff. So that's the only reason I have. And the last but not least of books I'll be picking up from DC, Wonder Girl number 1. Cover A is the best out of them that aren't store exclusives, and it's Joelle Jones. I'm all about that Yara Flor drip right now, and I can't wait to continue on with this character, the one we all love besides Swamp Thing from Future State. So get up on that. Again, you know, caution when buying store exclusives. Like, don't expect to get rich off them. Buy the ones you like. Just simple advice. From Image Comics, Moonshine number 25. Werewolves, Moonshine, and Gangsters. It's pretty simple. It's not bad. Again, it just kind of keeps going. Radiant Black number 4, a book I continue to want to get its footing, and I still feel like it's clumsily trying to find what it is. I'm hoping, like, right before we get to this first trade, like, we get somewhere with it, but I'm kind of teetering towards dropping it. Stray Dogs number 4 continues to be great. The horror variants are also amazing. If you're not reading it, go ahead, pick them up. They're still not that expensive. And my last pick for Image Comics, Sunstone. It's an OGN. This is volume number 7. It's by Linda and Stepan Sejic. It's got a little bit of kink in it. It's kind of like a cute romance as well, with the kink and bondage and all that. Not for kids, obviously, of course. But, you know, if you're interested in it, I know for a while back, like, Stepan Sejic, like, dumped all of them onto his DeviantArt. So you might be able to still find them free. From Marvel Comics, Amazing Spider-Man number 66. AKA, do I drop this or do I not drop this? Because I can't figure out if I'm hate reading. I know Brandon Comics Kings and I talked about it with Bryce on his weekly wrap-up show. And it's like this book's insulting us every, like, couple of weeks. This one at least has Mark Bagley on art, so I have that at least. I don't know what the fuck Nick Spencer's doing, and I don't know if we're at that intervention point yet. We're getting there. Black Knight, Curse of the Ebony Blade number 3. I'm really digging this. Cy Spurrier's telling an interesting story. There is an Ibon Coelho cover, so that alone is worth it. But again, check it out. Like, maybe trade wait if Black Knight's not your thing, but it's been weirdly enjoyable. Captain America number 29. I'm still liking this run. Of course, the Alex Ross covers are great. Not for everybody, though, and I know that. Daredevil number 30. Checchetto, Zdarsky. I've sung the praises for so long. And just a little side note, this Sunday at 6 p.m., Brandon and I will be doing our Running with the Devil show on my channel, talking Frank Miller Daredevil Volume 1. So, like and subscribe. This one has a beautiful Elektra cover on it by Chichetto. I'm really liking the story. I can't wait to see where it goes. If you're not reading Daredevil by Zdarsky and Chichetto, like, you're sleeping on a really great story. Mighty Valkyries #2. I liked issue 1, especially Hela, what's going on with her. And this Peach Momoko variant is the better of the two, but it's not saying much. I miss you, Phil Noto. I miss you a lot on these covers. Star Wars Bounty Hunters #12, War of the Bounty Hunters tie-in. After the War of the Bounty Hunters Alpha, or whatever the prelude was, like, I'm 100% in. I dug it, and good time to jump on. Way of X #2. I didn't love issue 1, but there is a Christian Ward variant to this, and I love Christian Ward's covers lately. Wolverine #12. I'm tired of this Dracula bullshit. I really am. But I know Solemn's coming up, so I can't wait for that run-in, because he was one of my favorite characters from Ten of Swords. From Boom Studios, The Many Deaths of Layla Starr #2. I'll be picking up the Mike Del Mundo foil cover. I really liked issue 1. I can't wait to see where issue 2 goes. It's very entertaining, and Ram V is continuing his hot streak lately. Also back is We Only Find Them When They Are Dead #6. The first thing I will say to you about this book, if you haven't been reading it, and I think you should, it's kind of interesting. Simone Di Meo's art with the colorist, it just pops off the page. Like, it's just stunning to watch, and I think that's part of why I really like the Harley Quinn Future State, because Simone Di Meo was doing the art on it, and just the colorist that Simone uses just pops off the page. Like, just, I can't say enough about the art and the color. Like, it's the first thing that hits you when you're reading. For IDW, Chained to the Grave #3. I don't know why I keep reading it. It's just weird enough that it's fascinating to me, with this Old West, undead, magic users, gold treasure. It's weird. I think that's my wheelhouse. From Scout Comics, By the Horns #2. Hunting Unicorns. I mean, there's not much more to say. Like, it's a weird fucking book, but I really like it. And from Vault Comics, Autumnal #7, one of my favorite horror books out right now. It's so fucking creepy with this small town and the mythology of the woman in the woods. I think the first trade should be coming out. If it's not out already, check it out. Like, I'm sure the issues are still available if you haven't, and if you're into horror books, which some people aren't. I Walk with Monsters #6. I'm gonna get the Jen Hickman variant. I have no idea when the series is ending. Like, I thought it would have been over by now, and this didn't list as final issue. I don't see this having, like, a long life to it, so I'm a little confused, but I'm still completely fascinated, interested by this book. Also, a little spec tip. If you're sitting on Bitterroot #1, go ahead and sell it now. Like, flip it for something, you know, if you're going for a Silver Age or, you know, Key Bronze. I don't think it's going to hold its value, and you're never going to get more than you will for it now after the announcement of Regina King directing it. That's my one to grow on. And for the comics that I read this week, so I was very fascinated by the Fantastic Four issue because of announcing who Doctor Doom was going to be marrying. And basically, it's who I thought it was going to be. There's also a backup story with Doctor Doom having this chess/fencing game with Reed Richards, which then he decides to make Reed his best man. This fucking book is nonsense. Like, again, I struggle with Fantastic Four. Like, I really want to like them. I love The Thing. But the book is just so blah. And I don't want it to be. I want it to be good again. Like, I love the Hickman run just because it was so different. And this is just bland. I feel like it's the same story every, and again, this is probably the old reader versus new reader. I know we kind of talked about it, like, or Justin was talking about it like last week, and maybe I am that bitter old jaded reader at this point. I don't know, like, maybe it's just not for me, but I dove into it, the fascination with who he's marrying, and it was so, like, out in the open of who it was going to be that there was no real surprise to it. It's like a 5 for me out of 10. But a book that I did read that I did super enjoy was Silver City #1 from Aftershock. The Aftershock train just keeps going. This book was great. This take on the afterlife, it starts with this giant catastrophe at an airport while the lyrics to Don't Fear the Reaper by the Blue Oyster Cult are being bandied about in the little boxes. And we then go to the afterlife, and we find out this whole mythology to the afterlife with the character Rue, and the different, like, sects of this afterlife town, which is the Silver City. There's, like, an onboarding process. You find out more about the city as it goes on. Like, I'm totally engrossed into this book and the story that it's a must-buy for me. Like, I'm not sleeping on it at all. Like, and I don't think you should either. Like, it's super good. This is an 8.5 out of 10 for me. That's all I got. So make sure you tune in this Sunday to Brandon and I doing Running with the Devil, Frank Miller, Volume 1 Daredevil. And then on next Wednesday the 19th at 9 p.m., Comics Will Break Your Heart, Gambits Inc., and I will be discussing Chicacabra by Tom Beeland for the Ink Panels Graphic Novel Book Club. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye, and see you next week.